All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. If you could just give me a quick one in chat to let me know that you're here, you can hear me, that I've set this up correctly. I sometimes mess these up, so if you can give me a quick one, just letting me know that you are here and you can see and hear everything just fine and dandy. Because if it's not set up right, then it's going to be a weird live stream. All right, guys, let me explain the subject of this. So basically what we're doing today is a little bit different than what we usually do. Let me actually send out this one broadcast. There we go. So look, here's the deal today. So I'm going to be giving away, not basically giving away, but basically what I'm doing is I'm raising money for this animal shelter slash puppy rescue shelter. And basically here's exactly what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys Hero Sales Academy for $1. You can try it for $1, and then you get it 80% off for life, which is pretty cool. It's less than the price of a Netflix account. So it's $9 per month after that. Your first payment of $1, $9 goes completely to the Puppy Foundation. If you just want to donate for the St. Patty's Day puppy charity, you can go to the page, mhlinks.com/puppy, and you can donate as much as you want. If you donate over $1,000, you get a one-on-one session with me, and I'm only doing 2 of those. So, normal is $3,000 to chat with me for 30 minutes. So, that's a deal. And so you should take me up on that. So, basically, if you go there, you're going to end up on a page. It looks just like, what am I doing? There we go. Just like, it's not going to look just like ManyChat. It's going to look like this. You can see they got me in the picture just fine. And you can go there and donate, or you can go to mhlinks.com/Sunday, and it will give you the full entire HSA course. And I'll walk you guys through that in a little bit. But if you just want to ask me general questions about business, that's what I'm here to do. Answer questions and hopefully get you guys to donate to some puppies. And that's the deal for today. Will the chat be live streamed on YouTube? I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works, dude. I still don't know how the live stream system works on YouTube, despite using it a whole lot. Actually, I'll show you guys. I think one person asked about the HSA course, so let me show you guys that. Because it is pretty cool. It's basically everything I've ever learned wrapped into like a Netflix like $9 a month account. I'll show you guys that real quick. Throw in any questions you have about my business or building businesses online. I'll answer them. I'm here to hang out with you guys. I'm not working today, so I got time to answer questions. Someone said, hey, Alex, I'll donate if you be my mentor. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Dude, I would love for you to donate, but I'm not giving you an ounce of my personal time if you donate $10. You should donate to puppies because you like puppies. If you donate $1,000, I'll talk to you, though, for an hour. So that's the deal on that. And so, honestly, what's going on? Oops, we're not going to give you HCOM 3030. We're not going to give you that one. That would be a little extreme. What we're going to give you is, if you do go and want to donate $1, essentially, is you can get access to HSA, which will basically teach you literally everything I know about marketing. It'll show you exactly how to go out there and build your first $5,000 per month business. Hypothetically, I can't guarantee you'll make $5,000 a month. It does show you everything you need to do to pick a niche. Gives you all the software, gives you all the tools you need to do it with. Shows you how to generate free traffic. Shows you how to go out there and do email marketing, how to do selling, all the sales pitches I run, how to do Facebook ads, how to do YouTube ads, how to even do Instagram. And so you can try that out for $1. Give me an exclamation mark in chat if you've been in HSA and you absolutely love it. And then it's $9 a month after that. It's normally $47, so that's 80% off for life. Your first $1 payment, and if you want to keep it, your first $9 payment, I'll go to the Puppy Foundation here in Dallas for the St. Puppies Parade 2019. So if you like puppies, then you hate me, this is your one chance to give puppies money and not me. So there you go. So what questions do you guys have about your businesses and stuff? And I'll answer those. Someone said no one executes on jab, jab, right hook. I think Gary Vee does a way better job than I do. My social media presence is kind of shit compared to most gurus these days, so I wouldn't say I'm the best at it. Bumper XX says nobody gives a fuck, you narcissistic piece of shit. Okay, well, I think we got a fan right there. That's definitely a donation incoming. I can smell it coming. Thank you, Bumper XX, for your wonderful comments. Someone says, Alex, you seem a bit more angry than usual on past lives. Are you good? I think I seem pretty happy, but sorry if I come off that way. I don't mean to. Someone said, how to cope with failures. I mean, what's wrong with failing? You know, when you think about the main reason why people are afraid of failing, for the most part, is, let me go and pop this up real quick so I can whip out my chalkboard that I know you guys love. But people are like, how do you cope with failure? And I'm like, what's, all right, so say this is you before failure and this is you after failure. What has changed? Like, when in your life is ruined? Like, even if you go bankrupt, you can just make more money. You know, you can just make more money. And if you fail, like, the only thing that really matters is that people will think you're a failure. And so the real problem is, most people at least, if you're asking how do you cope with failure, it's more so, why do you care so much if people think you're a failure or you messed up? The Slack, for example, most popular team system that like every tech company on the planet uses. It has a multi-billion-dollar valuation, I think now. Might be below multi-billion. I'm not sure. It's definitely above $1 billion. And that was a video game company. And that company failed miserably, and they had to extract the one good thing out of it, which was the chat system they were working on, and they turned it into a billion-dollar company. So the thing you need to ask yourself is, why do you care if people think you're a failure? And then if you can get to the bottom of that, then you have something to work with. Someone said, how do you find your team? When it comes to hiring a team, it depends on what you're looking for. So if you're talking about Market Hero, that's where I have the far biggest team at, is you need to really find, it depends on what you want to do. So I'm not good at hiring, I'm not good at recruiting. And so one of my good friends, David Abrams, who's very good at hiring, recruiting, basically found our lead developer, or our head of engineering, and then I found our head of support, and then I also found my operations manager, or operations officer, and then David also found our head of email delivery. So those are basically the four key players. Not key players, every member of the team is a key player, but those are the people that make all the decisions at Market Hero to some extent, and they make the hiring decisions for their team underneath them. So our head of engineering is the person hiring the engineers. You know, I'm not qualified to hire an engineer. I'm not. And then our head of operations support manages all the support hires. And I talk to everybody before they're hired, but I mean, like, I'm not qualified, and I don't have time to be doing all the interviews and stuff like that. So when it comes to finding your team, I'd find someone who's extremely good at hiring people, because if you hire the wrong people, it's just going to be a disaster anyway. So you might as well spend some money getting the right people on your team. Someone said, hey dude, if you're in India, can you be tech support? I mean, the main thing is, if it doesn't matter where you're from, if you want to be good tech support, you have to meet, we have a big hiring doc that I drew up. If you have these qualities and you can write grammatically well, you can be from anywhere in the world. I don't care where you're from if you want to be a support person. Someone said, do I embrace the diversity at our company? It depends on what you mean by diversity. If you mean giving the best person a job, all day. We have people from all around the world. We have every single sex. I don't even know the gender or skin color or origin of the people that I hire 99% of the time. So if you're asking that, if you're asking if I'm intentionally going out there and doing the whole diversity thing where I'm intentionally hiring people based on their skin color and gender, no, I don't do that. I hire the best person, and I don't care what they look like, where they come from, or what they are. If we end up with a team that is all South American men who are 5'10", that's fine by me, as long as the best person got the job. So if that's what you're asking, yes, we are a very diverse company with people from all around the world, every single religion, everywhere. And that just naturally happened. That's not intentional. How can I do this hiring with a low budget? Just one man until I make profits? I would start a cash flow business, dude, because it's obviously your first business. You really you're not going to get access to investor money, so I get really good at generating cash first. Because if you go and hire, like, no one who's a top tier talent is going to come work for you if you don't have any money to pay them. And it's not about the money. You have to know what you're doing business wise and have a really good vision. So if you really have no idea what you're doing and you can't raise money and you don't have a good visionary product that gets people excited, you don't really need to be focusing on hiring right now. You need to be focusing on how you generate cash in the first place. So someone says, how do you direct your energy if if your half day is spent in noisy places. You don't go in noisy places. Move. Someone said, when did I quit working for someone else and work full-time for myself? I got out of the military and I started my first business, but then even when my business was doing well, I got a job at a marketing agency as an SEO manager and ties at about $20,000 a month. So a lot of people are like the whole, they don't want to work and they want to work for themselves and give themselves really low hours. I'm not that way. I like to be able to have enough cash flow to build my businesses. So I worked at a job until I was making $20,000 a month. Someone said, what am I reading? Mostly books on AI right now. Mostly books on AI. And like designing AI and understanding how deep learning works and stuff like that. Someone said, one of my main issues is I don't have trademark protection on anything. If your business isn't making money, I'm going to tell you a big secret. Nobody's going to try and sue you because you don't have any money. When your business is making some money, then get your legal stuff straight. But if you can't even get a customer in the door, why are you worried about it being completely legally perfect? Because no one's going to sue you because you don't have customers. So focus on building a business that works. You can create a pretty simple terms of service, and like if you get customers and they're unhappy with your product, give them their money back and they're probably not going to sue you. You know, and if your whole bit, there's two types of ways you get sued. It's if you have customers that are unhappy and they're pissed and you try and keep their money, then you're not working. Your business isn't going to survive long term in the first place. So that legally that doesn't even matter. Your business is going to fail no matter what. And two, like that's just slimy. So don't do that. And then two, if you're worried about you don't have trademarks and stuff like that, no one's going to be trying to come after your company brand and your trademarks when you're sub $50,000 a month. No one cares. So. That's not legal advice. That's just like focus on what matters. Am I still fasting? I'm on like a 16-hour fast right now. I'm going for a 24-hour fast today before St. Patrick's Day because for the first time in a long time, I put some nasty stuff in my body. So. Someone said, I hate college and I am willing to work in a cafe to get things started rather than have a good paying corporate job. Should I drop out? It's up to you, dude. It's up to you and what you want to do. I'd watch my last video on if entrepreneurship is what you really should be doing. And there you go. Someone said, should I go to college? My family's pushing me to. Your family's going to be dead by the time you're like 30, 40 years old. And so you need to ask yourself where you want to be when you're 30 to 40 years old. And if it aligns with what your family wants, by all means, do what your family wants. But if it doesn't align with what you want, then you need to realize you're going to be 40 years old and your family's going to be dead and you're going to be left with the choices of your decision, not your family. So that's what you should ask yourself. Someone said, I want to be an entrepreneur, just enjoy things in life. Probably not the right decision then. Dude, I work 12 hours a day. I've hung out with all my friends combined once in the past 90 days. This one time this quarter, I've gone out with my friends. And I have a schedule to hanging out with my girlfriend, and I don't take vacations. So if you want to get into entrepreneurship to kick back and relax, you're getting in the wrong business, dude. If you want to be an entrepreneur, do it because you want to build great things and you're in love with entrepreneurship. I love what I do. I love everything I do. But it's be like if you were trained to be an Olympic athlete in skiing, how awful would it be partaking in the Olympic athlete training schedule if you didn't care about the sport and you didn't want to do it? It would be horrible. But if you love skiing, it would be the best thing ever. But that's your opinion on it. You have to operate like an Olympic that is a hard word for me to say this morning. Olympic athlete if you want to be a successful entrepreneur. And if you don't care about what you're building, it's not going to be fun. Someone said, what the fuck? It's not Sunday. We're raising money for puppies. How many people do we have on? Like 200? Yeah, guys, so here's the deal today. For St. Patrick's Day, every single year I raise money for this animal shelter. The animal shelter is right here. So if you have any questions or anything about what you're donating to or where the money's going to, this is for Take Me Home Pet Rescue Inc. in Dallas, Texas. Basically, we have a float in the parade and we raise money for the puppies. So if you want to donate today, I'm going to give you two different ways. You can go to mhlinks.com/Sunday, and this will give you basically what I call the Netflix of online marketing education. It basically teaches you everything I know about marketing and sales. You can try it for $1. And then if you stay, you get it for 80% off for life. Okay, and this special ends after the stream. It goes back up to $47 per month after that. If you get on today, you can have it for $99 a year, so that's 80% off. or $9 a month, less than a Netflix account. Now, if you just want to go and donate, go to mhlinks.com/puppy. You can donate whatever you want. If you donate over $1,000, I'll give you a one-on-one session where I'll chat with you for 30 minutes to an hour. And usually it costs $3,000 a month to get one chat session with me, about $36,000 a year to join my Black Card Mastermind. So that's a really good deal, and you should take me up on it. And if you want to take advantage of those two things, there you go. HSA is a great way for you to learn to build a business online if you're an absolute beginner. Shows you exactly how to build a $5,000 per month business in theory. Okay, I can't guarantee you're going to do that, but it gives you everything you need to know and how to do that. Shows you everything I do when it comes down to selling, shows you everything it comes down to getting free traffic in, sales skills, email marketing, basically everything you need to go online and build your first business for $1 to try it out and then $9 a month. And if you can't throw $9 a month at your business that you want to build, well, then I think you got budget issues. But that's the deal for today. And if you want to get on that, the links are below this video, or go to mhlinks.com/Sunday or mhlinks.com/puppy. We're trying to raise $7,000. Also, guys, on the $9 charge, just so everything's completely straight up, that will be 14 days after you sign up. You can cancel at any time. You can get a refund as a 90-day refund guarantee. But I'll post something on Instagram with the total $9 amount raised, so we can see that donation right there. That's going to be a little bit later, like 2 weeks from now when all that comes in. So I think we'll raise it with the live stream. But there you go. So what other questions do you guys have about your businesses? What do you want to talk about? Someone said, who do you think you are to sell a 30-minute conversation for $4K? I mean, honestly, in the right hands, 30 minutes with me is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. My business does 8 figures a year. If you have a business that's doing $1 million a year, it's very much worth $4,000. So that's who I think I am. And if you don't want to pay for it, then don't get it. You don't have to. And if you're extremely turned off by $1,000 for a 30-minute conversation, you wouldn't get results from the conversation anyways. Am I going to drink green beer on Greenfield this weekend? Probably not green beer. I'm going to try and stay away from the beer. Yeah, the stream's going to lag sometimes. It's just part of my connection. I don't know exactly why it does that. I think if I lower it down here. Someone said how to stay focused on my business 24/7. It has to be something you're obsessed with. And it has to be something you're really excited about when it comes to building a business. If you're not really pumped and like absolutely in love with what you're doing, then you're not going to be focused on it 24/7. Like, I love what I'm doing. Like, you guys ask me what the secret is and you think it's because I like eat rocks for breakfast and sleep 2 hours a night. It's very not that. I have a very well-balanced lifestyle when it comes to rest and in work. And it's very easy for me to focus on my business 24/7 because I love what I'm doing. It's not because I have I eat rocks for breakfast and I'm on Adderall 24/7. Yeah, someone said, just to point one thing out, and I realize it's not for everyone. Let me actually see if I can pull this out. Where is it? I'll show you guys something interesting. Where is it? Let me show you this one page. Someone asked, like, why would I give you $1,000 for a conversation? Well, first off, because you like puppies, I usually charge a lot more. But let me actually show you right here the results of like my Black Card group, which they paid significantly more. Let's go. Right here. Where is it? Man, I really got to organize my ClickFunnels account way better. Total mess. There we go. Oh dear, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, there we go. All right, so like someone's like, why would anyone pay $4,000 for a conversation with you, dude? It's because they already have businesses. For example, like Leo right here, he joined my mastermind. His business went from 20K to 150K a month in less than a year. Granted, these are all people that have businesses. If you're a beginner, this is not anything that you're going to get close to. You will not get any results like this by talking to me. You could sit down with me for an entire day. You won't get these results. Okay, but if you have a business like Leo right here, went from 20K to 150K a month. Bernadette right here, you can see she's generating $62 per opt-in on ads, making profitable ads. Ben right here was able to go and build his webinar, generate over $41,000 in sales. Nick right here was able to take his business from $2 million a year to $5 million a year. Ivan right here was able to, I think he broke $100,000 a month after this right here. Rohan right here was able to take his agency from where it is to add $250,000 in income to the agency. And there's a way bigger page with all of our results, but that's why a conversation with me is worth $4,000. Because if you have a business, it's pretty easy for me to spot what you're doing and tell you to make significantly more money with your sales pitches. So that's why I can do that. But it's only for people that have businesses. Someone said how to invest $100. If you only have $100, it doesn't matter where you invest it, dude. You need more money. You need more money. If you only have $100, you need to figure out why you only have $100. Like you're not going to turn $100 in any sizable anything without insane luck, like 1 in a billion chances. Someone said, what if I'm not an entrepreneur, but I want some side income? I mean, do freelance work on Fiverr, but you're going to have to do some manual labor. It is way harder to build a passive $1,000 a month business that you don't work on than it is to build a $5,000 to $10,000 per month business that you work on all the time. Like, I cannot go out there and work 1 hour a week and create any type of business where people would want to do business with me besides like freelancing. Like, you can do freelancing. That's a really easy side income if you want. Someone said, considering how SEO has shifted since you started, what recommendation would you make to someone starting their own SEO agency? Take this with a grain of salt because I don't do SEO anymore. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how it works. I wouldn't do SEO because Google's AI. You're not competing against Google's algorithm really soon. You're going to be competing against Google's AI, which is just not going to deal with nonsense. So I don't know how SEO has that much of a future. Google's, I mean, with deep learning and how it's doing, like, you're just not going to get past Google's AI. You're not going to be able to rank stuff that they don't want ranked up there. So that's what I think. Have you ever met Sam Ovens, and is he as good as you, Becker? I've met Sam multiple times. I've known him for a long time. I think what you say is he as good as me? Honestly, I think Sam's far superior at me in marketing and business right now because for the past 5 years he's operated in an extremely disciplined way. And I've only done that for maybe the last 6 months. So I think Sam is very, very good at what he does. I think he's very, very good at what he does. Someone said, what am I most excited about in life? Right now, the direction we're taking Market Hero, I'm super excited about. Absolutely thrilled. It's something I'm really excited to work in. So I'm pumped about that. I'm pumped about St. Paddy's Day. Someone said, what do you think about OpenAI not fully releasing GPT-2? I'm not fully aware of what that is. I don't think it's a marketing trick. I don't think it's a publicity trick. And really, I don't think some of the stuff that's released at some of these companies, I don't really even think is that useful. I think a lot of the more basic versions of AI, the not cutting edge stuff, has a lot more application right now than the stuff that's super duper cutting edge. Do I drink LaCroix like Sam Ovens? No, I don't. Someone said, is promoting ClickFunnels affiliate a good business? I mean, I guess. It depends if you define it as a business. That's not really a business. Someone said, do you have to be the face of a company for it to be more successful? No, not at all. Really, one of my plans at Market Heroes, once we get to a certain level, I'm just going to disappear. I mean, we might keep HCOM. I mean, I'm going to keep HCOM going and stuff like that. But my goal with these businesses in the next 2 years is to not have my face or anything associated with them at all. I'll probably still make YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I really don't want to be the face of anything. It's exhausting and not needed. Someone said, "What's my favorite car?" A Lamborghini Aventador. So that's why I own one. Ever since I was a wee lad, I love the Lamborghini Aventador. I need to learn AdWords or outsource. You can't outsource ads. I got this question last live stream, but what people are trying to do when they're outsourcing ads, it's like they take a big pile of crap, which is their business, that doesn't convert or work with ads at all, and then they give it to someone else who like doesn't care, who's like, eh. It's really hard to pass. It's really hard to pass an advertisement that isn't working in the first place to someone else and expect them to do any better. The hard part and why your business works is because you figure out this part that no one else can figure out. Getting an advertisement that works is by far the hardest part, and it works at scale. That's insanely difficult. It's so hard. And once you can do that, then you pass that to this person and they can do magic with it. You can't outsource your ads until you've created a perfect ad. Someone said, yeah, there you go. Someone said, I want a Ferrari California. That's cool. Someone said, what other passive incomes do you recommend? I'm not like the guy to ask about passive income. That is just something that people put on their YouTube channels to attract people that don't want to work. Honestly, I don't believe in passive income. I think here's exactly what happens if you build a passive income. You build it up, you get to $5,000 a month, you go and dick around, and then what happens is the internet changes, the most dynamic thing that's ever existed, and then you lose your money, and then you have to start all the way over from scratch. The only way to have true passive income is to have a company with a team of superstar employees that grow the company while you're not there, or to have that money in investments that get you 5 to 10% ROI every single year that are stable. For example, like owning a bunch of rental properties. I don't suggest building a passive income. Like, you have to understand, beginners keep asking about passive income. Building something that works, whether you're there or not, long-term for years, is something that even the most talented of entrepreneurs cannot do. So it's crazy to me when beginners come and they want to build passive income and they want to build this machine, which, if you're thinking about it, it's like you're building this really complicated computer that runs without you being there and converts customers and makes everyone happy and delivers a great product. Like, that takes a lot of time. I cannot generate my income passively. Market Hero is semi-passive for me if I wanted to, but I need to keep moving it forward. I have a staff that manages all the customers and stuff like that, but that is years and years of work and almost a decade of experience in marketing and business. So if you're asking me what passive income models do I suggest, I don't really know. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it, especially for beginners. The passive income I believe in is real estate and rental properties. That's what I'll do with a lot of my money. And that's it, you know? And that's not the correct answer. That's not the only source of passive income. That's just the only thing I believe in. Do I have any real estate investments? I do. Not anymore. I don't focus on it anymore. I don't focus on real estate because I don't like to split my eggs. But I do have one very large real estate investment from a couple of years ago, which I think I'm going to make a really good ROI on. But other than that, no. Someone said the book E-Myth helps you in setting up businesses. Yeah, it does. I like the first half of E-Myth. I don't like the second half. It's a lot of fart sniffing type writing. Someone said, have you ever suffered from insomnia for a period of time? And if so, how different of a human being are you emotionally now versus then? Yeah, I suffered from it because I suffered from it for a long time where I'd only sleep for like 5 hours. It's because most people are drinking too much caffeine and taking uppers to stay awake and focus, and then they're taking downers to fall asleep. And then most people don't have balanced lives. They don't have a balanced diet. Their body's mega toxic. Their hormones are all out of place. And the way they sleep is not how humans are designed to sleep. And I fixed that. For example, I slept 8 hours just fine last night, got great deep sleep and REM sleep readings, and it took almost 90 days to get into a place where I can do that. So The difference is huge differences in focus. Your brain just isn't going to work, and you're not going to have access to your full IQ without sleep. So yeah, that's the answer to that. Someone said, Alex, for dropshipping physical products, where's the best place to learn to scale Facebook ads? I wouldn't, if you're not at $100 to $200 a day, you shouldn't be focused on scaling. If you can't bust out $6,000 a month in sales fairly easily, you shouldn't be focusing on scaling, because everything goes to hell when you're scaling. You should be focused on making this income right here as rock solid as possible and making your customers as happy as possible. Too many people come in, this is something we tap on in HCOM a whole lot, they get to like $6,000 a month in dropshipping, then they scale, and every single minor problem they have, and guys, take this with a grain of salt, not what I'm telling you right here, take very seriously, but I don't do dropshipping. Matt and the coaches in HCOM do dropshipping. They're the experts. So you want to find someone who actually knows what they're doing. But this happens in any business model. People go out there and they get to like 6,000 to 10K a month, and then they scale to like 50K a month, and everything explodes because they don't have good customer support. Their product management and everything is just absolute trash. Like in dropshipping, once you get your actual feet on the ground, what you should do is be storing your products up front so that you can deliver to your customers faster. You should be working on your customer support. You should make everything so that you have this solid brick of a business, and then you scale. Too many people try to scale a poorly formed business, and it just creates a disaster, a very short-term disaster. Someone said, do I use blue light blocking glasses when we're working on a laptop all day? No, I do not, but I'll put those on at about 5 p.m. Someone said, what do my parents do? I don't like to talk about my family and people that aren't related to me. I don't like to put other people's stuff out on the internet and social media. Someone said sadder ending, The Notebook or Titanic. I've only seen Titanic, so I'm going to say Titanic. I think the ending of Titanic was silly because there was plenty of room for Leonardo DiCaprio on that door. What happened is that rich girl was just like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go and calculate the money I'm gonna make for marrying this guy, because back then it was all about the money. And she was like, you know what? This has been a fun fling, but the door's way too big, Leo. It's way too big. Oh no! Don't get up here. Don't get up here. I'm gonna hold the whistle, Leo. Someone said, how do you come up with businesses? Man, that's a tough one. If you're a beginner, you want to look at other business models that work. You want to look at cash flow business models that have a high profit margin and a lot of profit that work. If you're a veteran and you have money coming in, you want to look at a problem in the marketplace isn't being solved and that people are desperate to pay you for. And you want to solve that problem. So that's what I would look for. Someone said, what is the future of webinars? I don't think you should be looking at the webinars. I think when it comes to webinars, so many people run ads very similar to me and Sam Ovens. And so me and Sam Ovens both have webinars as one of like our core front-end offers. And so many people try and go and copy our webinar and our ads, but they don't copy the product. And because of that, they have really high refunds, they have really high chargebacks. They have, like, for example, like we have an insanely low chargeback rate at HCOM. And we have an insanely low refund rate, and we have a really high payment plan completion because our course gets really, really good results. Like if you go in our Facebook group, it's just people saying this stuff is awesome. Like we just had a guy post in there, and this is not a typical result at all, but he made $100,000 in his first 30 days of using HCOM, like because our product really works. And so we have like customer success agents and we have checklists, and we put so much time and effort into analyzing our students and how they work. And because of that, our ads are really profitable because the numbers work back here. And what most people do is they try and copy me and Sam's webinars, but they don't have the results and they don't have a good product. They focus all their time in marketing and not the product. And because of that, their ads don't really work long term. And so I think the future of webinars is it's just going to get tougher and tougher because everybody's trying to run a webinar, but nobody's trying to make a great product. And because of that, people's webinars and ads don't work, so that's it. Someone said, why is it important to have a lot of business instead of one? It's not important. You should have only one business. unless the businesses are used in a certain way. Like HCOM is a terrific cash flow business, and it generates me customers. It generates me customers for Market Hero. Someone said how to start a business without a lot of capital. Focus on a low investment cash flow business. Did I do much travel in my younger years? No, I don't really care about traveling. I don't really care about traveling. Someone said, what's the best cash flow business to start in 2019? I'd say consulting or e-commerce or email marketing. Yeah, I'd do one of those three. You guys have to understand that I don't have, like, I don't really focus on cash flow as much as you would. Like right now, I have enough money. My goal is building businesses that will grow and take up market share and get acquired. Thank you, Landon. I appreciate that. Yeah, HCOM is incredible. The stuff that Matt and Devin have done there, very proud of that program. Someone said, how do you maintain customer service while scaling? You have to have the right people there in place before you start scaling. Nathan says, how long did it take me to reach 6 figures? So here's what happened. I think I got my start in like 2011. And from like 2011 and like, granted, this is, I want to say one thing. This is like 8 years ago. So like these dates are not precise. I'm going to say from like 2011 to 2012, like I didn't make any money. Probably like 2010, actually. I didn't make any money. And that's because I was just learning and operating completely the wrong way. From 2012 to 2013, I believe, I went from 0 to like 6K a month, then 6K to 20K a month, and then 20K a month to well over $1.5 million a year in the span of a year. And that's because I got like my head on straight and like learned how to market and sell correctly. So it can happen really fast when you get everything in place. But for almost 2 years, I made like no money. I was really bad at internet marketing. Someone said, what is your biggest failure as an entrepreneur? I had this one SaaS company and we launched it and it got to 100K a month in like 3 days of launching. But because the developer I was working with was a piece of shit and didn't code right, the software really fell behind our competitors really quickly, and basically we just got whomped. And so our competitors really just took over and beat that company pretty badly. And this developer right here was just a giant turd of a person. So that was a really disappointing, because that company would probably be like, I probably could have exited that company for like $10 million if it had been designed and I knew what I know right now about SaaS. So that was a pretty big failure. Someone said, how have I ever been broke and not able to pay my bills? No, but not because I'm an entrepreneur. It's because I'm a responsible person. When I was in the military, like as soon as I was 18, like I was going to be broke, and I joined the military. Like if you live in the United States and you don't have any severe health issues, you have no reason to be broke. Join the military. And when I got in the military, I saved up money. And then I left the military with $6,000 in the bank. And I was able to do that. And I also got a job when I left the military as a bar back and bouncer and doing odd jobs and freelance jobs on Fiverr and Warrior Forum after I left the military. So I've never had trouble with money. And if you're completely broke, it's because you've made some really poor decisions. It's not because you're not an entrepreneur. It's like, I've never been broke since I was 18 years old. And I have never, the most assistance I've ever gotten from my father, who was upper middle class. And I got $500 to pay for when I accidentally broke my tires in the military. So if you're completely broke, it's because you're not handling money well and you're not being responsible. I was making like around minimum wage in the military, and I was able to save up $6,000. I was able to pay all my bills. And I got out and I was still able to pay all my bills by living cheaply and maintaining a job. So if you're broke, you need to figure out, what are you doing? And what decisions are you making that are making you broke? I've never had any financial luxury in my life, and I've never been broke since I was 18 years old. Someone said, how do you surround yourself with successful people? I don't really do that. I know a lot of people when I got started who were entrepreneurs just getting their start, and I'm friends with those people today. For example, one of the CEO at Smart Apps, and also one of my partners at HCOM, Devin, I've known him since he was 18 years old. He's known me when I was broke. I've known him since he was broke. We're now both multimillionaires. And so really, I don't really try and surround myself with successful people. I just work really hard and focus on my stuff. You know, I think a lot of people are way too obsessed with surrounding themselves with successful people. I don't see what it has to do with it, except you can learn from successful people by reading their books, you know? Someone said, what made you realize you were an introvert? I don't think it's something that's particularly hard to diagnose. I think that the problem is when you're an introvert and you look at other people and you think the meaning of being successful is having a lot of friends and being popular and being cool, for lack of better words. Because then you're really screwed up as an introvert, because you're going to become one of those people. There's so many people that I see out there that are entrepreneurs that are introverts, and because they're not extroverts, they become really fake people. And so they have like this fake socializing personality. They have like this fake, they invest in a lot of fake things. And it's because they think that they need to do that. When if you ask yourself, do you enjoy hanging out with people, or do you find people emotionally exhausting? Where do you get your energy from? I get my energy from waking up, coming down to this garage and working. That's where I get my energy. That's where I'm happy. I do not like going and hanging out with people. I don't like having social commitments. It's very obvious I'm an introvert. And so there you go. Like it's been obvious since forever, since I was 18 years old. I don't like constantly being surrounded by people. I'd rather be alone most of the time. So that's how you diagnose that. It's very easy. Someone said, am I faking giving us advice? I mean, that's up for you to decide. If you don't think my advice is pretty useful, then I don't know. I think I have a lot of insights that could help people that I would have loved to know when I was like 22 years old. I really wish someone had told me a lot of these things. So someone said, how do you get 4 hours of REM sleep? There's so much that goes into it. You have to, I'll sum up sleep because I've seen like 15 questions. You first need to be able to track your sleep. You can't track or grow, you can't grow anything you're not tracking. So you can get an Oura ring, which is like, I think like $300 about. So you need to be tracking it. And then what I would do is first off, master your sleep hygiene, which is going to sleep at the same time every night, having a darked out room, not eating big meals, cleaning up your diet and removing inflammation, and figuring out your sleep chronotype and not watching TV and blue light before you go to bed. So you want to get your sleep hygiene in place. And so then if you're still not sleeping very well, you want to go, you want to check what supplements are you doing. Look, if you're taking stuff to go to bed or you're taking stuff to wake up, you really want to try removing all that. Remove all the supplements and stuff you're taking and then experiment putting one in at a time. By the way, if you're taking Xanax, you're taking some type of pill, or you're smoking pot or something to go to bed, ruins your sleep. You can't have those. Okay, you can't have those. You can sleep for a long time, but it's not going to be good sleep. And so remove all medical grade anything. You should not be taking Adderall. You should not be taking Xanax. You should not be taking sleeping pills. You should not be taking marijuana before you go to bed. I don't care if you're in a legal state, you shouldn't be doing that. If you're in a legal state, you definitely shouldn't be doing it. And then what you want to do is you want to add in things. Like, for example, I get really good results from this one supplement called Bach Rescue Sleep. But I get really poor results from melatonin. So I had to track that. And then if you're still not sleeping, you need to go and get your hormones checked. You need to do a deep blood panel. And then what you want to do is get your hormones checked, your thyroid checked, those things. And also get your cortisol levels checked, because if you're not sleeping through the night, it's probably due to high cortisol. You also want to pick up meditation and an overall healthy lifestyle. And you want to be going to bed at the same exact time. I go to bed about 7:30 to 8 o'clock every single night, and I'm up at about 4 a.m. every single day. So that gives me about 8 hours of sleep every single night. I'll usually clock about 7 hours though, because that's really all I need. That's what my chronotype needs. I don't really need 7. I don't need 8 hours, but I definitely need above 7. Can you tell us about binaural beats? I don't use them. I use them in my videos because it helps people focus, and that's an isotronic beater. I think I messed up the wording of it, but that's what it's called. But I don't use binaural beats. That actually hurts my sleep. It hurts it a lot. So, and I know that because I tracked it. So the first thing you gotta do with sleep, if you want to sleep better, is you have to track what's going on. You can't track. You also want to figure out if you have sleep apnea or not. You can do that by just going and getting a little blood oxygen meter. It's a little thing you put on your finger. It's expensive. It's like $300, and you can basically watch your oxygen levels throughout the night. If you see a dip and that correlates with when you're waking up in your Oura ring, it's pretty easy to diagnose sleep apnea. Someone said, what books do you recommend on AI? I don't know. It's not something you should be reading about if you don't want to start. Like, you should be reading about it, but like, it's just going to stress you out because you need a lot of cash to build anything around AI. And it's not something most businesses have access to building. Someone said, what do you think about JP Morgan's Morganized strategy? I haven't had enough time to really research that, so I can't tell you. I mostly research Rockefeller and Carnegie. So yeah. Someone said, what books should I read for marketing? I can't really make that suggestion because I read a lot of books. Like I have, let me pull this up. I have like a CSV file of every book I've read, and this is only going to be February, and it's far more important that you know what you want to read and what you want to learn. So, where is it? Okay, so these are all the books I read in January and February, and I'm going to put in March here in a second, but you have to, I also go and make like a CSV file with all the summaries in it, so my staff can go read what I'm reading. But you need to figure out what you want to learn and then read books around that. That's something that Sam Ovens talked a lot about in his video. It's very useful. And so you kind of see, like, I go through, like, I wanted to learn a lot about culture. And so, like, I busted out a ton of books on culture, you know? And so you need to figure out what you want to learn. Don't just read books randomly, because that's a waste of time. So that's what I would suggest. Someone said, how do you know if you can trust the author? I don't know. Like, a lot of you guys have like deep trust issues. Here's the thing. Like, if you don't think you can trust the person or you're skeptical, just don't listen to them, you know? Stop playing the whole back and forth. If you listen to some bad information, you listen to some bad information. It's not that crazy. Someone said, how should we get ready to profit from AI? You should have cash flow coming in. That's the number one way if you're a beginner right now. You should be building a cash flow business so you can capitalize it. You're not going to be able to get into AI or do anything with AI unless you know how to code AI, or you have money to invest in AI. Someone said, how do you read so many in a short time? I read for 3 to 4 hours every single day, mostly through 2x speed audiobooks. I don't read physical books. I really hate reading physical books. I try to avoid it unless the book isn't an audiobook. So what I'll do is read the audiobook versions of books. So that's what I'll do. Someone said, how can I turn art into a businessman? I'm not an artist, so I don't know. I've never done that. Someone said, what's a good goal for financial independence? I've always spent less than like 10%, except when I was like just getting started off where you can't do this. I've always spent less than 10% of my income, even when I'm going crazy. Like right now, I live off like 3%, maybe. I really try not to spend much money. I don't focus on spending, like I honestly try and spend as little money as possible. Someone said, what business models provide the most freedom? So look, guys, real quick, we are raising money for puppies today. I'm going to recap this real quick. If you want to go and actually learn how to build a business from scratch, I'm going to give you guys access to HSA, which is basically the Netflix of learning how to build businesses, especially cash flow businesses. I'll show you around that here in a second. You can get access to it for $1. You can try it for $1. And then after 14 days, it's $9 per month. It's usually $47 per month. So you get 80% off for life. And when you buy that, your $1 payment, and if you say your $9 payment, goes to the puppies. We also have a 90-day refund guarantee on this. All right, I have no intention of, if you come in this and you don't need to build a business or it's not for you and you really need your $9 back, I would rather just give you your $9 back. But if you want to start a business and you can't invest $9 a month in that business and learning how to build it, you got some weird priorities. That also being said, if you just want to donate, every single year I have a float in the parade, and what we do is we raise money for puppies. We're trying to raise $7,000 this year. And so what you want to do, if you want to go and just donate some money, it would be super appreciated. If you donate over 1K, there's a limit of 2 people for this. I will sit down through through a 30-minute to 1 hour session with you and just help you with your business and talk about that. I would not donate the $1,000 if you don't have a working business right now. If your business is not doing over $10,000 per month, I can't really help you. I haven't worked in a beginner business in a long time. Okay, I haven't gone and I can't take you if you're just getting started from 0 to 5,000 a month. It'd be way better just to get in the HSA and learn from the bottom up. There's just not enough time to really help you in an hour-long talk. It would be useless. So if you want to get in the HSA, I see a lot of people ask me what's the best business model and start with that. What HSA is going to show you to do is how to build a $5,000 per month email business from scratch. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to make $5,000 per month. That is only a speculation, all right? Because I don't know you, I don't know how you work and stuff like that. So I want to always clear up when I talk about numbers like this. You should expect to make nothing, because that's what people happens when people jump in the business, do the work ethic and stuff like that. That being said, I'm going to show you everything you need to build a $5,000 per month business. Okay, so that's going to show you exactly how to go out there, how to pick your niche, how to sell your membership, how to go out there and create a membership site, how to grow and create an email business. Actually, it's going to talk about how I actually scaled this business. It's one of my first businesses that I got to over $1 million a year. It's going to talk about that. It's going to show you to generate traffic. It's going to show you to generate sales skills. It's going to show you to do email marketing. It's going to show you to sell. All the funnels I use, all the sales pitches I use, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, high-ticket client converting, even Instagram. And you can get that instead of $47 per month, you can get it for $9 per month if you go to mhlinks.com/Sunday. Okay, any other time it's $47 a month, and that's that. There's a 90-day refund guarantee, so you're completely covered right there, and this is completely in your favor, so we can raise some money for puppies. You can really see they got me in this picture really well. So that's what we're doing today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and that's how that works. Why does no one talk about taxes? Because they're pretty simple, and I shouldn't be talking about that. Why would I talk about taxes? Do I look like a CPA? You know how stupid it'd be for me to come in here and give tax advice to people who I have no idea what their businesses are? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a CPA. I'm not going to come on here and be like, hey, here's how you should do your legals. No, if you want to know about taxes, you want to see people talking about taxes, go talk to a CPA. Can I pause my account so later on if I want to continue to 80% off? Dude, Nick, get fucking real, dude. It's $9 a month. If you can't put in $9 a month in your business, I love you. Thank you for coming on my live stream. But let's face the facts. If you don't want to put in $9 a month in your business and learning how to do it, you don't want to build a business, and that's okay. Just go do something else. If your Netflix account or cable account or 2 cups of Starbucks coffee is more important to you than building your business, guess what? Building a business isn't important to you, and I'm not going to pressure you to do it. Just don't do it. Someone said, how do I spend $80,000 in a real business? If you don't know how to spend $80,000 on your business, don't spend it. Use that in your savings. Use that to pay for food and everything while you build your business. If you want to invest that $80,000, go get mentorship. Go join HCOM 3030. Learn how to build a Shopify business. Go invest in mentorship. That's the best place you can put it into if you're getting started. You shouldn't be investing in stuff. Someone said, what's the difference between HSA and Hero Tower? Hero Tower is a lot more involved program. Have I ever done Amazon? I've never done any. Guys, you got to understand my 2 business models right now. I don't do the beginner business models, okay? I have an education business, HCOM, okay? So what we do is we give people an alternative to college and teach them how to build e-commerce businesses. Okay, and then I have Market Hero, which is a SaaS company which manages people's tracking and email marketing. Really turning it more into a data company. This is what I do. And these 2 business models are really inaccessible to beginners. So that's what I do. I don't do anything else. Because my goal isn't to make like $100 a day. I want to make $100,000 a day. That's what I want to do. And that goal is completely different, and I operate a completely different way to do that than you guys would. Some said 80K is too much for a startup. Man, my startup, I'd spend $100,000 a month when we were starting it up. Way more now. Yeah, that's like a runway of 1 month for Market Hero. It's actually like a runway of like 2 weeks. How do you find time for your girlfriend? You find time, you schedule it. Someone says, Market Hero useful for dropshipping stores. It is the best autoresponder for Shopify dropshipping stores. What happens is it goes really well with e-commerce. So what happens is people come in the HCOM learn to build e-commerce sites, and they also end up using Market Hero. So the businesses work really well together. Someone said, when do you think AI will take over? Someone asked me this on Facebook, and like how I'm going to describe this right here is not completely accurate, but like AI isn't going to take over for a really long time, because you need to understand how AI works. It's just a math problem. Like asking if AI is going to take over is asking if like the math problem 2 times 5 is going to start launching nuclear codes. Like that's literally what it is. Like all deep learning is, it's a system of data points that go into, or actually more like filters, that go into other filters, and they go into other filters. I'm not going to draw every single connection, and then come to an answer based on the math problem. It basically goes through all these calculations right here, goes through this calculations, goes through these calculations, and then goes off of these calculations right there to come up with an answer. All right, for example, like recognizing a drawing of a number. And then what happens right here is, let's say we drew like a 9, and this pops out an 8. What it does is it gives feedback, and it shoots it back down the algorithm. And so the algorithm just goes in a circle. And it just keeps reducing the error rate until it can recognize whatever you're trying to get AI to do. It is literally just a math problem calculating this way and then calculating back this way. That is a gross simplification of it. But that's all it is. It's a math problem. It's not going to go out there and log into your Facebook account. It's not going to go out there and think about anything else like that. It's not thinking. It's a math problem going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to lower the amount of errors that are down here. That's it. Not a thinking organism. It's not consciousness. It's not going out. If you design something, for example, to play chess, it's not capable of thinking about anything else. It's not thinking at all. It's a math problem going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and lowering the amount of errors. So it's like literally asking if like 5 times 10 is going to attack planet Earth. It's not. Yes, that is a neural network. Waveflow says your book, The 10 Pillars of Wealth, changed my mindset. Awesome, dude. I'm really glad to hear that. Someone said, Alex, I'm at 6K emails. When should I upgrade my Market Hero account? When you get to 7,500. Someone said, when is the right time to hire a team? Should I hire a team when I have money or when I want to scale my business, cold calling, handling? Well, if you're scaling your team, your business with cold calling, what you need to be able to do is you need to create a script, and you need to be able to close sales first. The CEO should always be the one closing sales. And what happens after you're able to consistently close sales, then you should hire 2 sales reps. Okay? And then you should hire a VP of sales after those sales reps are working to manage those sales reps and hire the rest of them. So that's when you should hire if you're trying to do sales. You should hire people when you have a working model that works. You shouldn't be hiring people to work on something that doesn't work. You know? My education business is called HCOM. And that's what it is. And it gets really, really, really good results because Matt Smith and Devin have made an amazing product. You can just see the results our students have got. The coolest thing is the Facebook group. You just go in there and there's people posting results every single day. And I'm not giving you a link because I'm not selling this in this call. In fact, I'll give away 1 copy of this. It's a $3,000 course. The person who's most active in chat. I'm not giving you guys the link. I don't want you to buy this right now. I'm not pitching it to you. I'm just saying the most important thing when it comes to building an education program is being able to get people results. Now, of course, these are people that completed the program, put in a lot of work. That you don't just hop in the HCOM and make a ton of money. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to come in here and put in half-ass effort and 8 hours of work a week and do this, you know. But for the people that follow the course and take in the checklist and interact with the coaches and the live coaching and the Q&A, I'm really proud of what we're accomplishing right here. And we keep adding more stuff to make it more and more like color in the lines simple and help people with their brains and stuff like that. So I'm really happy about how that's going. And then my other business, Market Hero, is a software and SaaS company, which if you have a business, you probably already know what an autoresponder is. If you don't, you probably don't have any reason to buy Market Hero. So that's what I do. Wiz Art, you asked if art can ever be turned into a business. I don't know, man. I don't deal in art. Like, I could give you an answer, but it's going to be a completely stupid answer. You're better off asking the guy that works at 7-Eleven. Someone said how to cold call. You shouldn't cold call. I don't like it as a business model. It's really hard. I've done it. It's very hard. You want to have, if you're out there building a business, you want to go out there and network with people and then find interest and then get them on the phone and close them on the phone. That's what you should be doing if you are doing that. You should be out there networking, going in Facebook groups, focusing on your first 2 clients, and then use your clients and your results to attract other clients. I can't, it's so hard to close cold calls. It's so hard. Someone said, what stopped you from going to college? It wasn't a hard choice. College is a scam. Which is funny because people are like, oh, Becker's a scammer. But I mean, like, think about it. Think about it. Like, you go to, like, last year, 300,000 college graduates made less than minimum wage. So you have to spend 4 years, which is about $80,000 of your personal time. Okay? And then $80,000 just getting a 4-year degree. That's including rent and all the other stuff you're doing right there. So you're already $160K down the drain. And then you go and work at a job, which is probably going to be automated by AI in the next 15 years. And then most of the jobs pay like 30 to 50K, and you hate it. You hate it. Most people hate their jobs that they get out of college. That's just not what I want to do with my life. I'd rather make like 40K a year running an unsuccessful business than doing that. Will I go into science? It depends what you mean by going into science. I use Kajabi to deliver our courses. Someone says, do you think you should go to university? It's up to you. My one thing you should do if you're going to university is you should make sure that the job you are getting is not going to be automated by AI. Like, if you're going to school to be a surgeon right now, guess what? Your job's going to be automated by AI. So, like, if you're going to school to, like, be a lawyer right now, your job will probably be automated by AI. Like, there's a lot of nasty white-collar jobs that cost so much money to get into. Like, just go be an Uber driver. That's going to be automated by AI, too. But there you go. And if college is free like in Germany, you're still wasting. The biggest expense of college isn't the money that you put in the college. And when I got out of the military, within 2 years, I was making multiple millions of dollars a year. Imagine if I got into college. I would literally, if I got out of the military around like 22, I'm 30 right now, man, I'd only be 4 years into my career. You know, that's pretty bad. So the biggest drawback of college, I don't think it's the money. It's the 4 to 5 years you put into it. In 4 to 5 years, you could build anything, a type of business you want. Most startup companies, it takes them about 7 years to 10 years to get acquired. So, like, it's just 4 years is insane to learn how to do anything as simple as most of the jobs you get out of college doing. Deborah, you say I'm a lawyer. It cannot be automated. Deborah, you'd be surprised. There's already software that can go and write contracts. It can go and make NDAs. It can go and share stuff before it can handle negotiations. It can already answer legal questions. I mean, pretty soon, instead of going to court and like pleading a case, you'll have 2 AIs talk to each other and find out the law. It's not going to be based on opinions. So, I mean, like, there's certain things that can't be automated as a lawyer. But, I mean, the law is pretty cut and dry and in stone. And there's already AI that can do that. There's already AI that can write best-selling novels. You know? An AI can do something as complicated as drive a car without any problems. It can go out there and actually it can probably start writing people's emails real soon. You should really go look into it. I mean, if you're saying that out of just like, no, my job's it takes too much intellect to do that, you're probably coming from the wrong place. So I would look into it. I'd look into it. Can you name jobs that won't be affected by AI? No, not really. There's a big list of them on the internet somewhere. Anything that takes creative work or socializing won't be automated. But stuff like going out there and graphic design will be automated by AI. Like AI can literally go out there and like calculate what's going to be most visually appealing to people and then make it. So just be aware. Barrick Benesses says, stop saying that shit is AI. It's just software. It's actually more like an algorithm. It's not even software. But people understand the word AI. Of course, that's a huge simplification by calling all these things AI. Duh. But we can go and split hairs all we want, or we could just use a simple term that we all understand and talk about. Of course, I know there's a little bit of a difference between just machine learning system and AI. None of this stuff is actually artificially intelligent. It's just an algorithm going back and forth. But don't get so upset by definitions, dude. Relax. The main thing is that we all understand what we're talking about back and forth. It's like correcting my grammar after you understand perfectly what the sentence means. Yeah, Deborah, I would look into it. I mean, I'm no super expert or anything like that, but I'd look into it because a lot of the things you think can't be automated. I mean, AlphaGo, the most complicated game of all time, will beat the #1 AlphaGo player in the world, and the amount of positions in that game there's more positions possible in that game than the number of atoms in the universe, something like that. It's insane, and that takes a lot of thought, and I think it was AlphaGo 0 was able to learn how to do that in really not a long period of time. So if something as complicated as that game does so many different things can be automated, you should really look into it. And I don't think this is naturally a bad thing. I think there's going to be a weird bump between then and universal income, but someone said, how to start if you don't have money? Go get the program that's being offered today for the St. Patty's Day special. Seriously, like if you want to know how to start, literally HSA shows you everything you need to know how to build a business, how to sell, how to build the funnels, what type of product to make, how to make your first membership site. It's all there. You can try it for $1. That $1 is a 90-day refund guarantee. This is only during this stream, by the way. And then if you stay, it's $9 a month after that, again with a 90-day refund guarantee. And your first $1 payment and $9 payment goes to the puppies in the St. Puppies Parade charity that we're doing for Take Me Home Pet Rescue in Dallas. So go do that. Someone said, how do you get over the fear of failure? Someone asked this early in the stream. It's a really simple thing. Everybody's fear of failure has to do with other people thinking they're a failure. What would happen if Market Hero and all my businesses exploded? I'd go get a job. Like oh no. And I do it again. I just build another business. Sure, would people think, oh, Alex Becker doesn't know what he's doing and he sucks. Yeah, but I mean, I don't care what people think. And same thing with you. Like, the reason why you don't want to start a business is because your parents will think you're stupid. Or your friends will think you're a loser. All right, fine. There you go. Someone said, why do I choose SaaS? Because I enjoy the business model. It's a giant pain in the ass. It's very hard, but I enjoy SaaS. Someone said, how do you think we'll exchange value in the future? I don't really know, man. Probably some Star Trek-like situation. Someone said, if a person could connect themselves to a computer to help their businesses, is that something you'd be interested in? Something like a microchip in the brain? Yeah, I mean, but there's so many things I'd be interested in. There's so much stuff going on in genetics and 3D printing and nanotechnology and AI and like brain chips and neural links. It's just hard picking the thing you want to be most interested in, because there's no way you can even hop in the 1% of the opportunities that are coming. Someone said, how do you train beginner employees? You have training programs. You have your best employees there to train them. Someone said, what's your projected revenue in 2019? I'm not going to share that. Someone said, am I scared of the power of AI? Scared is I don't know. The thing that I worry about most with AI isn't like the doomsday scenario or like the utopia scenario. I just think it's going to separate. It's going to make the world evolve too quickly and really separate us from a lot of things that make being human. Especially when you connect it to the brain and like everyone becomes super intelligent. There's just the whole entire world is everybody's going to think billions of times faster than they do now. And the world is just going to be like the curve of how humans think and human intelligence is just going to skyrocket so much. It's just not even going to be human anymore. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. I think they take a lot of the fun out of life. You know, if life without emotion and feelings and where you know everything isn't really that fun. And what's there going to be to work towards or build? And then it's just going to be weird. But again, that could give you endless amount of time to enjoy what you're doing. But I don't know. I think something here could just make things really weird and really remove the purpose of life. You know, I think up to the point where we can figure out how to live forever. Essentially, I think I'd be happy if we just stopped there. But they're not going to stop. So that's what I'm scared of. The GMTE says, I want to win HCOM 3030. Please let me win it. You must understand that you saying I want to win it makes me not want to give it to you, because you're not helping or benefiting chat. You're just screaming, I want money. This isn't Alex Becker welfare hour. It's hang out. Let's ask some questions. Let's talk about business. Do I know MJ DeMarco? I do. When we read questions, we use emojis. What if I use emojis? There we go. Look at that. Okay. And then my chat system broke, so I can't do it. How are you going to take advantage of AI and all the opportunities? I wouldn't be much of an entrepreneur if I told you what I'm planning. Someone said, what about the future of poor countries, African countries? I don't know. I don't know. Someone said, Alex, is ClickFunnels a must? No, it's not. It's definitely a great tool, though. Someone said AI connected to the brain. See, my problem with AI connected to the brain is this. All right, so let's look at one example. So in the AlphaGo, what AlphaZero was able to do is how it came, and I believe that's the name of it. It might be another version like AlphaGo X or something like that. But basically, there's a Chinese board game called AlphaGo, which the amount of moves that are in a game is more moves than there are atoms in the universe. I believe that's the number. So it's like it's not something you could ever map out, and so it takes true thought, for lack of better words, to master. At least that was what people thought. And the way that game became better than the best player in the world at it is it played itself, I think, let's just say this number, tens of millions of times. And it can accomplish that very quickly. And so what we could do is, like, imagine how long it would take to play a game of AlphaGo. Like, let's say 3 hours. I don't know. Has anybody played AlphaGo? Can anyone give me like the average amount of time a game would cost? I'm not really sure on the game itself. Someone throw it in there. I don't know. I'm actually interested in knowing this. About 2 hours. All right. So I'm not sure the time spent. I think it was a week, but it was able to learn more than 2 million hours. Let's just say 2 million hours of human learning in a week. All right. So imagine if you applied that to anything else in your life. Like it takes 10,000 hours to learn anything, you know, or master anything in your life. And so if you could go and put in 2 million hours worth of research and learning in 1 week, you could basically learn anything about the world, and the amount of scientific breakthroughs you'd make in that time over and over again would be absurd. And so you'd really stop being human, you know? Like, imagine if you stopped thinking in the span of like years and stuff like that, and you start like you could see the future, for lack of better words. You just knew everything. It'd really take a lot of the fun out of being human, you know? Because a lot of the fun is like working towards stuff and building things and learning and growing as a person, where you just grow so fast that you wouldn't even be able to recognize yourself anymore. So that's why I'm not a real big fan of AI connected to computers, but it's something that has to happen. And it's really just kind of, I think it's more sad than anything. Someone said, can AI teach Alex why Alex is obsessed with AI? Because it's one of the easiest ways, I think, to make $1 billion in the next 10 years. Also, I'm really fascinated with AI because I don't know a lot about genetics. I don't know a lot about nanotechnology and engineering. I know a lot about software and developing software and managing software teams. So if one of the big four that is coming, the place I'm most likely to catch is going to be AI. So, tips for someone outside the USA, same tips inside the USA. You probably have a much bigger advantage because you can actually go out there and make USA level incomes by working for companies and stuff like that while living in whatever country you're in. Someone said, how do I figure out if starting a business for me or not? Go take the beginner course. Go to mhlinks.com/puppies/puppy. Link below this video. Sign up for HSA for $1 and get 80% off for life if you like it. Insanely awesome deal that ends up the screen. And your first 2 payments go towards paying for everything that goes on at Take Me Home Pet Rescue. All right, so like if you want to go out there, it's how they buy dog food. That's how they go out there. The business only works off of like $325,000 per year, and they were able to save 3,000 animals last year. So honestly, if we can hit our $7,000 goal, I'm not even sure where we're at right now. I bet you guys, yeah, you guys have donated a whole $42. Really good humanitarians you guys are. I know a lot of you guys are probably taking me up on the course and stuff like that, but us going out there and raising $7,000 for this is actually really, really big for them. So, yeah. Did we get puppies in the mail? I mean, I don't think the puppies would make it to you. Someone said, what are some of your goals outside of business? I don't really have goals outside of business. High level of character, high level of discipline. I have a lot of goals, but the thing is with like goals, here's how I think about it. Like you only got 100 points in a year, all right? And like you can split it between goals. You got like 100 points of effort. And like the more goals you have, the less headway you're going to make on your goals. And so like my goals are really doing something amazing with Market Hero. Like I love HCOM and stuff like that, but my big dream is to build a giant SaaS company that does something really cool in tracking and data. At least that is right now. It's not my 50-year-old vision, but that's what I want to do. And if I have other goals, like I want to learn Chinese. I would love to learn, Mandarin. I would love to learn how to code. I'd love to actually learn how to get into engineering and work in like nanotechnology, but I don't really have time to do those. So I focus all on one goal. And so like I have a lot of goals I'd love to do, but I don't pursue them. Because I know if I pursue them, it's going to take a lot of time. If you could talk to either Rockefeller or Carnegie, who would you choose? I'd talk to Rockefeller because Carnegie's kind of a liar. They were both really quirky guys. Like, if you ever read Carnegie's autobiography, like he talks a lot about how good he is to his employees and stuff like that, and how he focuses on having like a good moral character. When like literally his employees got shot up when they were boycotting and unionizing by one of his like owners, like, and he did like really bad things. Like people were dying. Like one of like 20 people or one of 100 people who worked at his factories would die. And so Carnegie had like this big grandized vision of himself which isn't 100% true. And he also never talked about his failures. Like in his autobiographies, he never really talks about his failures. He only talks about his successes. So I wouldn't really talk to Carnegie because I don't think everything coming out of his mouth would be true. Whereas Rockefeller, on the other hand, was brutally honest. And he was a shark, and he was brutal. He'd do anything to succeed. He did so much like really messed up stuff to competitors and stuff like that, and destroyed them and destroyed their livelihoods and stuff like that so he could succeed. But his justification was he didn't lie about it. He didn't put some false pretense that he was the world's greatest guy. He thought it was basically God's will. He thought he was just the will of God, literally. And so he had justification to do that. So he had this big ego that he was basically the hand of God, set to deliver reckoning upon his competitors in the industry and bring them to justice, almost bring them to holiness in a way. But at least Rockefeller was honest, you know, and he was very smart and very disciplined and very analytical, whereas Carnegie was a little bit more pie in the sky, enjoy life kind of guy. So I'd definitely talk to Rockefeller. Let's see. Someone said, do you think it's worth doing personal branding on YouTube and growing your Instagram if it increase your sales and catch potential clients? Here's the catch-22 there with that. All right. So what a lot of people try and do when they start their businesses, and Sam Ovens has some really good videos on this, is they think, okay, so I need to start a blog. I need to get on Instagram. I need to get on YouTube. I need to be running on Adwords. I need to be running on Facebook. I need to be going out there on Snapchat. I need to be doing all these things. And what you're going to find in your business is usually one of these things will get you 80% of your results. Okay. And if you just focus on the one thing that's getting you 80% of your results, you can scale super quickly. For example, if you get really good at Facebook ads, a handful of Facebook audiences and really dialed down funnel and Facebook ads is easily capable of making you $5 million a year, easily. So there's no real reason to really be focusing on anything except that, you know? But if YouTube is your best traffic source and building a brand in there is the best way to grow your brand, if that's your best way forward, you should focus 100% on that. What a lot of people try and do is they try and focus on everything and they don't get good at anything. When any one of these right here is fully capable of making you $10 million a year. For example, Logan Paul easily blew past $20 million a year because all he did was YouTube. Very little ads, very little anything. Kylie Jenner, one of the world's first billionaires, are about to be, I don't know what her net worth is right now. Her thing was all Instagram, you know? So would it have benefited Kylie very well to get into YouTube ads? Probably not. It's a different for every business. What you want to find is where your 80% is, what's going to deliver you the most results, and go all in on that. And that's how you're going to grow really quickly. Do I think Jeff Bezos is a modern day Rockefeller? No. Because Jeff Bezos built a company that literally doesn't make money. Rockefeller make tons of money. And Jeff Bezos gives livable wages to his employees. Jeff Bezos doesn't animalistically go out there and maul businesses. You have to understand, like, a lot of things that like Rockefeller did are not cool in today's age. You know, Rockefeller, there's no rules, there was no anything, and so he played with just a brutal stab you in the back, destroy everything in his path kind of way. Jeff Bezos has done what I think Rockefeller's net worth near at the end was like 600 billion, and Jeff is at like 110. I think what's going to happen is in the age of AI and the next thing is going to come out, we're going to start seeing people of $600 billion net worths again. Because we haven't seen this in a long time. Because the rules, because there was no rules in business, you were allowed to get to this point. Jeff Bezos has done it in a much harder game, I believe. So, and I think Jeff Bezos is a lot more, I don't know. They're two very different people-ish, but like Jeff Bezos isn't like a flaunt your money kind of guy either. He's really just dedicated on market share. So I mean, there's comparisons and there's differences. Gunseppi, I literally just answered your question. Stop asking it, dude. I gave you a really good answer on branding on YouTube. What is HSA versus Market Hero? Market Hero is my software company, so this is going to basically allow you to do all the automations and stuff and apply a lot of the things that you hear about in HSA. It's basically an autoresponder like MailChimp, except it really focuses on data and tracking and building funnels and stuff for your customers. So that's what it does. Allows you to send emails. Allows you to go calculate the LTV of your customers. Actually go and calculate the stats. Actually, that's not the right place. So that's going to allow you to go out there and actually do a lot of the things that you see in HSA. And if you are... And HSA is basically a training program that shows you how to start your first business. Am I libertarian? I suppose. I don't really focus on politics at all. Someone said show today's sales. I mean, I can. But, I mean, like, my daily sales, I mean, don't really have anything to do with you guys. And it's not really, like, I don't know what I'm at today. So, daily sales. I'll reload this because people fake their Stripe accounts all the time. So I'm at 16K today. Did 33K yesterday. But I mean, like, that has nothing to do with you guys, and that's not anywhere close what you guys are gonna make. Like, that's a decade of marketing experience. You should not, I don't do business models that you guys are doing, so you really shouldn't compare yourself to what I'm doing. Do I believe in any Rockefeller conspiracies? I don't know. I try not to focus on anything that has nothing to do with growing my business. Like, I value learning about future titans or past titans because it really tells you what's going to be going on again. I'm not really looking for, like, the right or wrong perspective or anything outside of business. I'd love to ask you why you don't do interviews. It's a waste of time. Every single day, 500,000 people see my ads. If I do an interview, like 1,000 people, if it's a big YouTube channel, like 50,000 people are going to, let's say like I go on Dan Locke's YouTube channel and he interviews me, like 50,000 people are going to see that. Every single day, 500,000 people see my ads. Why would I go and spend 2 hours, 3 hours doing an interview? Like, total waste of my time. Someone said Gary Vee is the worst. Discuss. I don't have an opinion. I think he's a cool guy. I think if you're sitting around thinking about who's worse or not, and you're having strong feelings about anyone other than you and your business, you're just really lost. Like, what a waste of time to sit around worrying about whether you like Gary Vee or not. If you don't like him, cut him out of your brain. Like, if you're spending like 10% of your business time thinking about what gurus are better and who's worse and what they're making and who's making the most and who's the best and who's having the best event and who has the most followers, you're not focused on yourself. You're focused on this other person's game, and you're sitting around spending your time playing someone else's game. It's really dumb. Like, your brain power, 100% of it should be focused on your goal. If you're sitting around weighing Tai Lopez's dick versus Gary Vee's dick, and Gary Vee will tell you this, you're a fool, because like all your time is, I guarantee the other parts of your brain are going towards like dumb stuff, shit like politics and what's going on TV, and like 30% of your brain is going towards like your business. No wonder you're getting this shit kicked out of you. You're sitting around worried about whether Gary Vee's right or not. Here's exactly what you do if you don't like Gary Vee. Turn on, just don't watch YouTube. And like, don't go on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you're already lost. Someone said, why do I want to become a billionaire? Because if I become a billionaire, that's not really for the money. It's if I create a $1 billion company, I'll have created tens of thousands of jobs, hopefully, something like that. And I'll have built something really cool. And I love building things. And so if I build something that's worth $1 billion, it means we built something really cool. And I love my team, and I love the people I work with at the heads of my company, and we love working together and building stuff. And so that meant we've all come together and we built something really cool that brings value to the world. Someone said I should do a podcast. Waste of time. Not going to do it. Opinion on high-ticket courses versus services like MH or influencer products. So, guys, when it comes to starting a business, the thing you need to realize is that every business model out there can work. Every business model can work. Except if it's a completely brand new thing. Then it's kind of rolling the dice. Every business model will work. Shopify, Amazon FBA, consulting, high-ticket selling, social media marketing. Basically all the shit that Ty Lopez and Dan Locke are telling you to buy. It all works. It all works. And you can make $1 million doing either one of them. Any one of them. You can make $1 million without buying a single course. The thing is, you need to go all in on one. So it's not really, my opinion on things doesn't matter. It's what you feel, what gravitates towards you, what you feel is cool. If you feel like you gravitate towards closing people on the phone and doing high-ticket deals, you probably want to do consulting or high-ticket closing. If you want to be more behind the scenes and you like playing with ad panels, you probably want to get into Shopify. If you like theorizing and coming up with like I don't know how Amazon FBA works. You want to get in like SEO or Amazon FBA, and that's just it. If you like talking and making videos and being creative and like making brands and like coming up with ideas, you should probably get into like influencer marketing. It's where you want to be. And what gets you excited? Go towards that because that's what you're going to get good at. Someone said, what's the best affiliate traffic method? It's having your own brand. If you're going out there and trying to generate free traffic to affiliate offers without creating a brand first, it's going to be very hard. Going and sending traffic to an offer and making money on an affiliate thing, that means you're getting 50% commission, you don't get the leads, and you don't get reimbursed for the amount of money that you spent your traffic on. That's tough as nails. So I wouldn't do it if you're a beginner. Someone said, what's your take on reverse engineering software to rebrand it? If you're going to take a shot at the king, you better kill him, because no one wants to use a knockoff of a software that's even 90% as good. No one wants to use a knockoff of a software that's 110% as good. So if you're going to take a shot at the king, you better kill him. My biggest project, Market Hero, of course. What do I think about unions? I don't know. I've never had to deal with them. Okay, guys, so that's going to be the stream for today, guys. This is your last chance to get in on the HSA deal. So I'm going to recap it real quick, guys. So I'm raising money for Take Me Home Pet Rescue Shelter in Dallas for St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to offer you HSA, which is basically my entire sales academy, that you can try it for $1, and then after 14 days, it's $9 per month. It's $9 per month after 14 days. It comes with a 90-day refund guarantee. You have absolutely no risk of losing any money. And inside that's going to show you exactly how to build your first business. It's going to give you all the tools to build a $5,000 per month business. I don't guarantee you'll make any money in any way, shape, or form. I guarantee you'll see exactly the things that I use to build businesses to do way, way, way more than $5,000 per month. It will show you how to generate free traffic, how to do sales skills. It'll teach you how to do email marketing, how to sell, how to build all the funnels. I'm not showing the slide. I'll show you how to build all the funnels, how to do all my sales pitches, how to run Facebook ads. It's everything you need to start a business online. You can access to it and try it for $1 right now. Your $1 payment and your first $9 reoccurring payment. The payments after that go to us, but your first $9 reoccurring payment will go to Take Me Home Pet Rescue, which basically helps foster and raise dogs that would a lot of times be killed at the dog shelters or the pounds. So that's pretty cool. And so we're trying to raise money right there. Also, if you go and donate $1,000, I don't think we're going to hit that. So you guys are a bunch of freeloaders. If anybody donates $1,000, I will give you 30 minutes to 60 minutes of time on a free call, and I'll help you with your business. Do not go and donate $1,000 if you're a beginner. I cannot help you. It's much better for you to go and hop in the HSA. If you have a business doing over $10,000 per month, I can probably show you how to get to $50,000, $100,000 a month. That's where I can help you out at. If you're not doing that, don't talk to me. I'm not going to be able to help you, and it'll be a waste of your money. So that's it, guys. The links are mhlinks.com/Sunday if you want the $1 deal. If you want to just go and donate in general, it's mhlinks.com/puppy. And that's it. This ends at the end of the stream, so I'm going to hop off right now, guys. First off, just real quick, thank you so much for coming on today. I love hanging out with you guys. It's an absolute blast coming on here and talking to you guys and helping you with a lot of your questions and helping you guys solve a lot of your problems. Really enjoy it. Thank you so much for your time today. And that's it. Thank you so much. So I'll catch you guys in our next video, next stream, and I will see you then. that is all there is today. Take it easy and stay out of jail and stuff. Hey guys, real quick, I noticed I didn't give away HCOM. Totally forgot about that. Real quick, I'm going to give it to the GMTE. I tried to post this in chat, but I can't get it. So, the GMTE, you said pick a winner, bro. I'm going to pick you because you seem like you really need it. And if you could link me to your Facebook account right now or your Instagram account, that's how my staff will deliver it. We've been having a lot of trouble hitting up people in their Facebook PMs. The GMTE just said, by the way, thanks for the advice, sir. Please link me to your Instagram right now so I can get this to you. If you don't post the next 15 seconds, I'm just going to grab the first Instagram account that's posted here and send it to them. So, you got 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.